Welcome to Robyn's Roost. Today we're going to be doing a fun emboss resist technique using a kitchen item, right? Everyone's got some wax paper in their kitchen drawer, right? So you're just going to cut off or rip off a chunk of that, and we're going to use it with an iron. Remember the fun days when you're in grade school and you ironed leaves? The project we're doing today is sort of like that, right? So we're going to be creating a fun background. So it's embossed, but it's not raised up. It looks embossed. It's kind of like faux embossing, right? So let's flip the camera and I'll show you how to have some fun. Okay, for our emboss resist technique, I have two pieces of paper that are just a half sheet of cardstock cut in half. I'm going to start out with these little bit oversized pieces so that if I have any edges that are bad, I'm going to cut them off. So I have used the gingham embossing folder, and I have embossed a piece of the, of wax paper, just plain old wax paper, right out of the kitchen drawer. And I've got my my ironing board here, right? Yeah, I don't own one. And I'm just going to layer a piece of copy paper and then my embossed wax paper. Try to get it all on, but I have these a little bit oversized so that if I am not exactly on, we can trim off the edges. And then we'll put another piece of copy paper over it. My handy dandy iron that's probably as old as I am. And then we're just going to rub it for a little bit to transfer the wax onto our cardstock. And I just kind of wait until I can see the lines come through on the paper so that I know that the wax is transferred. I'm going to unplug my iron and get that out of the way so I don't burn myself. And then when we take these off, you will see absolutely nothing, okay? So keep them so that the side that was against the wax paper is up. Otherwise, you will never know which side the lines are on. You will see absolutely nothing on here. So then I'm going to leave this paper on here to protect my work surface. And I am going to, I don't have it out, hang on. Grab my crushed curry ink pad. And I'm going to go ahead and find our fun designs on the paper. And of course, you can add ink until it's the depth of color that you like. There, and see we've got a little bit of edge on here, but I'm going to be able to cut that off when I trim it down to the 3.5 by 5 size. Now we could do this one in the same color, but I think I am going to grab a So Saffron and see what it looks like in a little bit lighter color. So I'm using my same blending brush. So let's just rub it a little bit to get most of that other ink off of there. And let's see what this one looks like. And again, you can add as much color as you like to pull out the design. It's always best to start light and then add more, because you can't take it away, right? So there's our So Saffron piece. So I'm not sure if you can see on the camera, they have a little bit different look. You know, it's like the front and the back of the design from the wax paper. And then I'm just going to go ahead and trim these up. Okay, so I actually have a So Saffron base for the So Saffron one, and a crushed curry for the crushed curry one. And then I have a matting layer, and I'm using soft suede for the lighter one, and then basic black for the crushed curry. And before we layer it together, let's do our stamping. I have this beautiful maple leaf from the Soft Seedlings. I can never remember the name of this one. And let's just go ahead and stamp both of these in pumpkin pie. I think I used to have a maple tree out in my yard that had the most gorgeous orange leaves in the fall, and we lost it in a tornado that we had go through here 6 years ago, and I still miss my tree. So let's go ahead and give these guys some nice orange leaves. And I'm going to put them up, and then we're going to have our greeting go across the bottom. So it's a fairly simple card without like tons and tons of stamping on it, right? Now I could do a nice cherry cobbler, maybe, or real red on this one with the crushed curry because it's darker, but I really like the pumpkin pie. Okay, so you can see that you can still see a bit of the texture from the embossing folder through the leaves, which I kind of like. It gives your leaf a little bit different look. So let's just put this away. One of my what would you call it? Robyn's rules. Always close your ink pads, because oh my, they can really create havoc with a card. Now somewhere here I have in my creative mess, I have a couple of pieces of white, and these are going to be our greetings, which are going to go across here. So let me pull in, I think we'll still do these in basic black because I always like greetings in black. They show up nicely, nice and crisp. So it's just going to be a little hello, and I am going to do one all the way to the right, and I'll do the other one centered, just to spice it up a little bit. We can't have everything all matchy-matchy. I don't like making more than one card the same. You may have noticed. Okay, so then we have some pieces to layer them on. And now we can go ahead and layer up all of our card parts. So these are cut, both of them are 3 3/4 this way. This is 1 inch and this is 3/4 of an inch. And of course these are 3 3/4 by 5, so everything's gonna line up this way if I cut it right, which I don't always. Okay, and now we're going to put our black layer under this one. So of course when you have the two pieces, you can make these cards totally different as well. you know, put a birthday pig on one, or do something totally not the same. But I'm kind of in love with this leaf at the moment, so 2 leaf cards is good. And I'm using the hello greeting because now I can use it for just about anything. I can put a birthday greeting on the inside, or I can send it to someone that I don't know. Every now and then I do a card requests from different groups. Oh, I wanted to do this first. Let's do this first. And then if I don't know somebody, I kind of make it just a general hello type card, or thinking of you. Sometimes the one group will have, you know, people that live in a nursing home and their mother or something, and they would like a card sent, or it's not anything special. Somebody's down, going through something bad in their lives, and a card would help cheer them up. So I'm just going to put this right at the edge of the where the stem is. Pull in our So Saffron card base and get this one on, and we're almost done here. So now we could put a white liner in here and then stamp it, or we can just leave it, you know, without anything. But now we probably need to add some kind of gems on here, because we always need gems, right? So I have my fun gem box. This one is kind of hanging out here. Nah, I don't think so. I'll probably end up with my favorite, oh, actually I like this. I was going to say the champagne rhinestones are my favorites, but I really like these rustic metal ones as well. If this was alive, I'd have you help me decide where to put these, and how many. There's so many decisions, right? So do we just do one? Do we do one on each side? I think I'm going to keep it down here. And we'll just frame it with one on each side for that one. Now this little guy, I have the worst time getting these lined up sometimes. So if you get a card from me and your gems are crooked, you know why. I just couldn't do it. My frustration level is pretty low. Okay, so here are our 2 cards using the wax paper emboss resist that we just created, and this is using the gingham embossing folder and the soft seedling stamp set. Okay, and then I'm going to show you another one that I made. This was actually my first attempt. This was with Daffodil Delight, basically the same card, except that I used the Falling Leaves, I think is the name of it. It's a beautiful embossing folder with leaves. I just wanted to try something different for this one. And then let me show you a couple other pieces that I have not made cards with yet. This is the other half of the one with the falling leaves. Or these 2 were done with the Merry Melodies, I think it's called. So it's music notes. I know it's really hard to see on the screen. It's a very soft one. And then I had a couple of I tried making some darker ones and I didn't like them, but I'll do something with them yet. This is with the fern. So I like the backgrounds, but stamping right on this didn't work, so I'm going to have to put a layer over this with something else on it, or die cut the leaves and pop them up. So hope you enjoy this technique and have fun with it. Get out that old iron, you know, that if you're like me, you only use for art projects. and have a great day. If you need to purchase any supplies, I would love to have you hop on over to my store and buy them from me if you don't already have a demonstrator. Thanks for stopping at the Roost, and have a great day.